Hello, Flosstube. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Bec.
And this is DDsFlosstube number 11. Okay, welcome to Darvanalee Design Studio, or aka DDs, and this is our Flosstube, and we're up to number 11. Time is flying past, I can't believe it. I've got so much stuff going on. And stitching, well, that's been a little bit lax this week, but we are in the throes of getting ready for a sewing retreat.
We are.
And, you know, we're doing the last,
busy.
Yeah, last final little bits and pieces that we've got to do. It seems to be that we're stretching it out a little bit this time.
I think so.
But we've had a lot of stuff going on in the background, like things not going awry with technology and all the different technology. Don't even talk to me about technology today. We'll just leave that. Moving on. Moving on. Let's just put it this way. The video that was supposed to go up yesterday is not going up to the weekend. I've had to
because of technology?
Yeah, technology, technical difficulties. So I'll just, But moving on. Moving on from that. Yeah. So, what have you been up to this week, Bec?
What have I been up to?
We haven't actually seen each other much this week.
Well, we had Pupil Friday Monday.
Yeah.
So we spent the day together there.
Yeah, but we didn't really do much talking because I was typing and
I was fusing.
Yeah.
So
fusing, not fuming, fusing
fabric.
Yeah. So that's retreat stuff that we were working on. But yeah, we didn't really talk much. We were here, but yeah, not a lot of talking happening.
No, because we were busy concentrating. So
yeah, and I've been a bit sick because my husband decided to share his cold, and he's been banished out of the bed because I've been snoring. Really bad because I've been it's all up in my nose and I've been snoring really bad, and he thought last 2 nights he slept on the couch. And,
did he?
Yeah. Moved Mia out. Mia got up in the morning, went in and woke him up and went off at him for sleeping in his bed, in her bed, and moving her. And I had to think to myself, it was great.
Whole bed to yourself. That's awesome.
Great. And I woke up, like I forgot how much of a restless sleeper Brendan actually is.
Oh.
Yeah, because I woke up in the morning and his side of the bed is just perfect, like freshly made.
Wow.
And I thought I was the restless sleeper, but it's not. It's actually him.
It's him.
Because he used to work away, and I'd have that 2 weeks of him home and then 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
He'd be off in no man's land wherever he was working at the time. And I'd have my books and everything, and I could have my books all set up there and sketchbooks and all that sort of stuff on that side of the bed for 2 weeks, and they wouldn't move. They wouldn't fall off the bed or anything like that. And but yeah, I forgot how much. And the last 2 nights I've actually slept really well. So I know that he's not going to watch this, so he's not going to get offended by it. But yeah, he would. If I said that to him in person, he'd get really offended by it. Because he believes that married couples should sleep in the same bed. I'm starting to think that the people back in the 50s had something going. Right,
I reckon. At least they had a good night's sleep.
Yeah, and I think my tip of the week: longevity for marriage, separate rooms, separate beds.
Oh, separate rooms as well.
Yeah, I've since I've started going into menopause, I've started snoring a lot worse.
Oh,
and then throw a nasal cold on top of it.
Yep.
Apparently I was cranking tunes. I did not know. Because he said, I think you've got sleep apnea. I don't have sleep apnea because the last 2 nights I've slept right through.
Yep.
And I haven't woken up tight. I actually feel like, even though I'm sick, I actually feel a lot better because I've had 2 decent nights' sleep.
Good night's sleep.
Yeah.
See, that's what you need when you're sick.
Yeah.
So
whereas he twitches in his sleep. Like I actually said to him last Friday, you need to stop drinking anything with caffeine in it. That's Coke, energy drinks, or anything. It's like having a kangaroo beside you. He just twitches. Like, you know how puppies twitch?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And occasionally he goes swimming because he's been kidnapped in his dreams. And, oh, my God. I woke up one night and I just looked at him one morning and I'm like, what the hell are you doing in your sleep? And he goes, I had this dream where I was kidnapped and I was swimming. And I'm like, I know, you were swimming in the bed.
Oh, my God.
Do you remember that? I think I told you about it vaguely. It was last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, what the hell? What are you doing?
That's right.
Oh, my God.
Swimming.
Yeah.
Minus the water.
Yeah, minus the water, just dry land swimming in a bed. And I'm like, and it was like he was swimming.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and he was talking and all sorts of stuff was happening. Like, obviously it was a pretty bad dream, but like,
Pretty full on.
yeah, full on. It's like a blood sport, sleeping next to Brendan. So yeah, that's what he does. He twitches and he carries on and it just drives me mental. But anyway. That's another story for him.
Separate beds is...
Yeah, separate beds is. I want to get one of those beds that have... I was watching it on TV the other day, where they have... Like, it's a king-size bed, and they've got the massage, and they move and all that sort of stuff.
Individual.
Yeah, the individual mattress. I wouldn't mind that, because I like to read in bed, and that'd be good sitting up to read, because I normally, when he lays down, I'll lay down as well, so it's not pulling the blankets off him or anything like that. So, yeah, I was seeing that. I'm like, I wonder if they have the payoff. I might get one of those. That'd be all right.
I'm going to add that to the
and it's
wish
got a built-in massager in it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so...
I've seen the ones where they're individual controls where you can sit up.
Yeah, so
but not the massager.
Yeah, so...
Ooh, I like that.
So so I haven't really done much and...
No, I haven't...
We haven't really seen each other either.
No. I haven't really done much either. The weekend, my mum had a linen party, so went out for that.
Yep.
My sister came up to visit as well for that. And then I come back into town. Dustin had a sleepover with his cousin out at Nanny's.
Yeah. He enjoyed that.
Yeah.
He was pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Because they're pretty close in age. Like, there's not too much difference.
Yeah.
And then I went back out on Sunday to pick him up and hung around for a few hours, just relaxed.
Awesome.
It was really
like
nice
a nice weekend.
Yeah, it was really nice out there on Sunday. There was a really nice breeze blowing. Because we had on the Saturday, we had a really good downpour of rain out there.
Oh, yeah, because that storm came through. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah,
that rain was really good out there.
We so need rain really badly here on that. But, that was pretty hectic. Misty came and visited on Tuesday to pick up, and that storm, she was down and coming back from Brisbane in that storm.
Oh, okay.
And she got to Kilcoy, she was saying, and everybody was sort of pulling up because it was like she couldn't see, but she kept driving because she didn't want to get stuck behind him coming up the range.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm driving along, she goes, I see these orange things. I'm like, what the hell's that? What the hell's that? You know that truck that turned over on the weekend?
Oh, yeah.
It was a pumpkin truck. And so they were pumpkins, right? She goes, I'm driving along, one went past me.
Oh, my gosh.
So she's come up with police are there, soaked, trying to wave it down and all the rest of it. And
oh, wow.
It was a pumpkin truck. So she goes, it's going to be great going through there next year because there'll be pumpkins that are growing everywhere.
You'll have people stopping on the side of the road to get a pumpkin.
She goes, she goes, I couldn't work out because she couldn't see.
Yeah.
She goes, I couldn't work out what these orange things were. She goes, and the pumpkins. But the way she told it was just, I was wetting myself. Like, I'm not doing her story any justice whatsoever. But, oh my God, I could just imagine her go, what the?
Yeah.
With a few other words in there and all the rest of it. So we were going to go to the quilt show last week and we decided not to go. I'm actually spewing that we didn't go because apparently they had a lot of cross stitch there.
Man, really?
Oh, man, the one time, like last year, there was hardly any cross stitch there at all. So, and because it's the quilt and craft show.
Yeah.
But there was hardly any cross stitch. There was more at the one in June, which is the Stitches and Craft. Scrapbooking, Stitches and Scrapbooking one.
Yeah.
There was more there, and we couldn't even get to the cross-stitch section. We just like, we'll just keep moving on.
Yeah.
But we weren't into it then, so...
No, we weren't.
We were oohing and ahhing over it all, but Misty was saying there was some beautiful cross-stitches there on that. But, hey, you get that.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, and because it was like last year, it was at the beginning of October. This year, it was towards the end, and we forgot the retreat. So we sort of made an executive decision not to go.
Because last year it was school holidays and my kids were with their dad.
Yeah.
So it was easy to go.
Yeah, it was easy to go, whereas this time we had to organise babysitters and stuff like that because we don't get back until about 6 or 7 o'clock at night. And Brendan, he was happy to watch the kids for us and all the rest of it, but we just sort of made an executive decision not to go, and now we're spewing. Well, I'm spewing.
And now I am, because I've just found out.
Yeah. Sorry, Bec, this is what you missed out on. But we do have one coming up in February that we're going to go to. I'll be booking some classes to learn some different hand embroidery techniques and stuff like that. So we're going to go to that one, and we'll probably see if we can't work out to stay down there for a couple of days or something. Yeah, so babysitters need to be organised and all the rest of it. So I'm thinking, staying down there and just really enjoying the experience and not being stressed about having
getting
to get
home in time. And
you know, because you don't always get stuff finished in your classes too, so it'll be an opportunity to finish that. And so some of the stuff that we've looked at the classes and we were like, there was a few other classes that still had to go up, so we haven't booked anything yet. But once we get back from the retreat, we'll book, and we'll be able to let you know what we're going to go and do. So and we'll be able to show you pictures and stuff as well, which will be really good too. So
that'll be really good. Looking forward to that, actually.
And as for more stuff happening this week, not a lot is happening. We're just doing more retreat stuff.
Retreat mode, basically.
I'm still just doing the final editing for some of the patterns and stuff like that, just going through them again, making sure that they're okay, and I'm doing video editing to make sure they've got stuff going up while we're away.
Yeah.
But and just doing, just final touches. Excuse me, really, is all we're doing.
Just making sure everything's in place and...
Yeah. We've got all our systems and everything, so we sort of just work through our systems, and we've got checklists and stuff like that, and it just takes the stress off the first one. Oh, my God.
Yep.
Making sure that everything was in place and all the rest of it, and we had 22 at that one. Yeah,
that was a full one.
Yeah, we had 22 at that one, plus us. So that was pretty full. And then we've only had one where we put people onto a waiting, like move people over to another retreat. That was one just gone, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, it was. That was May. Yeah, because we had March,
and
then we had
did too, yes.
that was May. March was a sellout, and then we sold out the smaller retreat. Yeah. We just didn't have as many people as we normally would, so that was nice. It was just cruisy and
it was very cruisy.
Yeah.
Even like
3 days beforehand, we're looking at each other. We've missed something for sure.
What haven't we done? We should be doing more work. We should be still, under the pump.
Yeah, but by that stage, we've got all our systems in place, and we've never missed anything at any of the retreats. No. It's just prior to the retreat, we get under the pump. And we're still not even really under the pump for this one either. It's just that technology has not been my friend. I'm not really happy. Not really happy. I've had to redo a couple of things and retake some photos, which means having to remake a section of stuff and take more photos, and so that takes time.
Yeah.
I'll be able to do these things in my sleep. But, that's just technology. Sometimes it's your friend and sometimes it's not. So, it's nothing you can really do about it. And you just got to keep moving forward and curse and scream and have a cup of coffee and keep moving.
Yeah, get back to it.
And that's basically what I've been doing. So, we've got a lot of cutting to do next week. We've had a big shipment of fabric come in to take up to the retreat, so we've got a bit of cutting to do. So I'll be on the blade next week, and Bec will be folding.
I'll be folding and packing.
Yeah, so, because, she hates it when I cut, because I cut very fast.
Yeah, I can't keep up with her. She just whooshes it through. Wait a minute. And then I'm getting the bolts of fabric to give to her to cut, and then I'm putting them away, folding. She just flies through it.
Yeah, but it gets done in the end. And then once I'm finished cutting, then I help fold and stuff like that. So, and we've got goodie bags to make as well, and a little handmade gift to go into that, which I'm doing next week. So that's all good.
All exciting.
Got, 18, 19 of them to do. So, But anyway, we're here to talk about stitching.
Yes, we are.
And what we've done this week. And Bec's going to go first.
I always go first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was going to switch it up, but you can go first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're already. I'm not. Mine's still all in bag. I just looked over and went, mine's all still in bag. She's got all this stuff out. Alrighty,
okay, so I'm working on the Quilter's Cottage.
Yep. So we're working on our whips to walk through our whips. So,
So that is
by Laurie Holt.
Yep.
And it's so Emma Stitchery published this one, and you can get that from the Fat Quarter Shop. And also, I believe she's got Journey of a Stitcher on Etsy has a couple of these
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she
Oh,
has
awesome.
the sewing machine one and the Happy Camper one.
That's right. I just
Yeah.
saw that yesterday.
Yeah,
I
so
think,
you can
Happy
get
Camper.
them here in Australia now. So head over to Journey of a Stitcher and check out what she's got. And she's got some new, if you follow her on Instagram, she also had some new stuff, embroidery stuff by the looks of it. I haven't had a chance to look because it was late last night when I seen it on her stories. I haven't had gone over and have a look yet.
I did see that myself, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Okay, so, ta-da! My alphabet is finally finished.
The 26-week alphabet.
Yes.
It's not going to take 26. It's done. Awesome. And you've started down here on the
I've
little
started
pole.
the pole for the washing the clothesline.
Yep.
But I'm doing it in the same colour as the alphabet.
Yep.
I'm choosing to do it different.
Yeah. So
Instead of
it's grey in the
grey
grey in the picture. So she's
blue.
going to use up some of her reddish pink. It's a sort of strange colour. It's not really red and it's not really pink, is it?
It sort of reminds me of orange.
Yeah, it's like got an
But it's-
orangey, pinky, reddish colour. Oh, there you go. There's a real technical term for a colour.
Very technical. So yeah, I've started doing the post for the.
So you'll be onto your quilt soon.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was going to go up and do the houses.
Yep.
But I
It's
went,
only one house.
oh, yeah. Trees.
Trees
and house.
Yeah. I was going to say, is there 2 houses? I did not notice that. And I'm like, oh no, that's only one. I've just been looking at this thing for days, and and I didn't notice that there was 2 houses. Oh my god! But is it? No, it's
No.
one. It's definitely
Well,
one.
there's 2 chimneys.
It's 2 chimneys. Yeah. Well,
It could be flats.
It could be. Well, that's why I'm like, is it? Is it like maybe like a duplex?
It is now. I said so.
Yeah, Bec's change it. Sorry.
So I got my alphabet finished finally.
Cool.
Finally.
Awesome. It looks good.
It does. I'm
Yeah.
really happy with it. Yeah.
So what are you working on again? This is oatmeal.
This is the oatmeal vintage cloth.
Cloth.
10 count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I couldn't remember what it was for the life of me.
And I took it out of the hoop so I could, because I moved it last night to start working on the clothesline.
Yeah.
So I took it out so I could show it off better.
It's better to take it out anyway. It stops all the creases and
Yeah.
stuff. So
it's not sitting in there all the time.
A lot of floss tubers that I've watched and that they always take it out of the hoop.
When they're
They're not
not.
working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it stops the creases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Because I did see Tia, she had one that she'd left in, I think it was Tia.
yeah, someone. Yeah.
From Calm Creations, and yeah, it did get a bit creased.
I mean, you can get them out. One thing I did learn too in the last week as well, that you can actually use Best Press on your...
Oh, you can?
Yeah. Have the
Awesome.
stitches facing down, you can use
Yeah.
Best Press and that'll get rid of it as well. So if you're worried about it and you haven't come across that, I can't remember who it was though. I think it might have been, what's her name? Vonda?
From...
I can't, Twisted Stitcher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember her Flosstube, but I can't remember her actual name. I know her last name's Pfeiffer, but I can't remember her first name. I'm sorry. But yeah, the Twisted Stitcher. She does a couple of finishing tutorials and stuff like that.
Okay.
And she used Best Press in it. And I'm like, sweet, I love Best Press.
Awesome,
Because
yeah.
it doesn't leave that residue.
Yep.
So that's always a good thing. And I mean, because we're so new to it as well, that all these little tips are great.
Yeah.
Like I'm jotting stuff down left, right and centre. And like I've got files happening. Yeah, she hates it that I remember everything. So do a lot of other people. I don't remember everything. I remember important things, numbers, dates,
Yeah, you're good with your numbers.
email addresses, websites.
Just like, complete opposite.
Remember that.
We're like chalk and cheese.
Yeah, fully. And that's why we work, because we are chalk and cheese.
Yes, that's
So
it.
you are still working on the spring. This is our sale that we've got happening.
Yes, it
It's
is.
over on Instagram, and there's been a few that have been finished in the last couple of weeks. Rebecca James has done her
Yes,
fully
she
finished
did.
one.
Yeah,
that looked
looks-
really nice.
Looks
Really nice.
fantastic. I loved that finish that she did with that.
And I think Jenny sent me a picture, or she put a picture up that it's still hanging on. it's not fully finished. It's finished, but it's not fully finished, and it's hanging on her like hutch.
Oh, yes. It's,
Yeah,
it's a progress.
Yeah, sort of a
you know,
bit like mine.
process.
I'm waiting on some supplies to come in and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our sale that we've got happening over on
Yeah.
Instagram.
And that's
so
by Country Cottage
it
Needleworks.
works. Yep, and it's called The series is seasonal celebrations, and this one's the spring, obviously.
So I haven't done much, but I've...
You want me to hold it?
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah,
Can
I'll
you
hold it
all
for
see?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've gone across and then I'm starting to come back. And
So
I've worked out, because I was going to go across and see, because I'm left-handed, coming back the other way to see if it works better for me.
Yeah. So basically what Bec was had done, she'd come down here and started in this corner without even thinking. Normally she works in the hoop. So for those
And
that
from
are
the centre.
Yeah, so those that are new here, she normally starts in the centre, works in a hoop, but she picked this one up and she, without even thinking, started stitching in hand and started up in the top corner, the left-hand corner, and I just had to see which was my left because it's back to front. The left-hand corner, and was curious whether, because she does diamond painting, she starts from the opposite side normally, and wondered if it worked better for her. But like going across, it worked really well, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Like
I was happy.
You were happy going across, but now coming back, you're not happy.
Coming back because my hand seemed to be in the way.
Yeah.
And then I've got the flosses, it's just doing my head in.
It's doing your head in.
So I like...
So you're thinking that you just... So
I prefer
maybe...
to work from the left side.
So maybe for you, it might be a case of going from the left side and just working...
Down.
Yeah, up and down. That may be the key for you. So, and then, like, if you were doing a full coverage or something like that, diagonal would probably work really well for you.
Oh,
and doing the parking method and stuff like, you know, where they've got all those threads hanging out.
Yes.
They call that parking, instead of doing like just one floss and then just doing across country and all the rest of it. So, so maybe working up for these sort of charts, working up and down might be the key for you being left-handed.
Yeah.
And that might help you move, because that's what you're struggling with is you want to stitch fast, but you can't work out how to get
what suits me.
Stitching wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've worked out that coming from the right hand side is...
Yeah. So maybe with charts like that, just journey. So go down, do half, then go back up, and then go down, do back up.
I'm going to finish the grass off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's neither here.
Doing journey with that.
Yeah.
And then, I'll start at the top again on that left hand side.
Yeah, and then just work your way across. Because I actually, with that chart, because it was so symmetrical, I actually do go up and down. And even other charts that I've got
Yeah, that is symmetrical.
Symmetrical, I tend to go up and down too. Yeah. So maybe that might be...
That might be it with the sort of symmetrical ones.
Yeah, might help you a little bit.
Yeah.
On that. Because I could imagine it would be frustrating being lefty. Sometimes that just gets in the way of things, especially a way you're taught to do things, or even, you know, you see tutorials and stuff like that. They're usually all done by right-handed
people.
Because we've looked for left-handed tutorials.
Yeah, we did.
And there's not a lot. So that's what I said to Bec. Maybe it is a time that she does do a few tutorials, because she is left-handed, for those lefties out there.
Yeah.
Because if we do it from an overhead perspective, you're actually going to see her perspective, which is therefore your perspective.
Yeah, yes.
And that's what I like to do with my tutorials in the sewing side of things as an overhead, because you're actually seeing it from my point of view, how it's sitting in front of you.
And I think that works really well. Like I've seen other tutorials, and you've got to, especially being left-handed, you've also got to switch it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it might be time that you do. Like I'm usually pretty... When I'm doing my sewing ones, I tend to use my left hand more. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
No.
I did not realise how much I actually... Because I've taught a lot of left-handed people.
Yeah, you have.
I pretty much have, in my classroom of stitches and all the rest of it, they've all been, except for maybe 3 or 4, left-handed.
Left-handed.
So over the years, I've obviously started using my left hand more to show them, and it's just carried over into my stitching. Like I'll grab for tools and stuff with my right hand, but a lot of the time I grab with my left hand, which would indicate that I'm a left-handed person, but I'm not.
You're not, no.
No, and I'm not ambidextrous either.
No.
I can't write with both hands or anything like that. I'm definitely right-handed, but just through my teaching and stuff like that, I have learnt over the years that I have to do it a little bit different for the left-handed people.
And you don't struggle to teach left-handed either?
No.
It comes quite naturally?
Yeah, there's been a couple of quilt blocks that have tripped me up,
Yeah.
but I
Okay.
just spin it.
Yep.
Or I go to the opposite side of the table, which then makes me a left-handed person to them.
Oh, yes.
So I do the mirror image
Yeah.
thing, so then they then mimic
Yep.
what I'm doing on the opposite side of the
Yeah,
table,
yeah.
and that's how I've got around some of those things.
Yep.
But if you watch some, like, I am definitely a right-handed person. They definitely are right-handed videos, but you'll notice that I'll grab for things with my left hand and I'll hold things, as opposed, because I've got more strength in my right hand. Normally I would hold with my right hand, but then I'll go and clip and do all that sort of stuff with my left
with
hand.
your left hand.
It's quite. And I didn't really notice it until a couple of years ago, and now I notice it even more
Now that you're editing,
editing
like,
videos. I'm
videos.
like, that was a bit weird. What the hell was I doing there? But it's helped a lot of people that were scared to, because they were taught when they were younger, and they were taught by their right-handed nan, and it didn't
Yes.
go real well for them, or they've had some terrible experience with crafting and being left-handed and stuff like that. So I think it's great that I've been able to help them do that.
Oh, definitely.
Well, I've taught you,
yeah, you've taught me.
and we've not really run into any
No,
problems
no.
and whatnot. There's been a few other people I've taught as well.
Yep.
But it was quite interesting. One day someone was in class with me, and everybody in class was a left-handed person, and I was teaching left-handed without even thinking about it.
Oh.
And the poor righty got left out. And all the lefties went, well, now you know how we feel. There was no sympathy whatsoever.
No.
They were quite narky. It was quite funny, but anyway, it's just, But it might be time that you do, because we went searching and there wasn't a great deal. I think we found a couple.
Yeah, we did, but it was still hard to.
Yeah, because they were like, the camera angles weren't right.
Yes,
and stuff
you've got
like that.
that camera angle makes a big difference.
It does make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, so what else have you worked on this week? That's it?
That's it for me this week.
Yeah, you've had a quiet week.
I have, but I'm so glad I finally got that alphabet done.
26
And
week
it's not even the end of the year.
Woohoo! Goals, people, goals. That's right,
it.
goals.
And I've moved on to the next part.
Yeah, that's it. That's awesome. So, I got a little bit of stitching done this week, mainly because on the weekend I didn't do much this week except sit in the back of my car on the weekends, and she was scattered out, and they have to be there in 2 hours to an hour and a half before their exams. So there was no point in me driving backwards and forwards and all the rest of it. So I just camped out. Brendan had Mia for the weekend, and I just basically put her car seat out, laid the seats down, threw a quilt in there, threw a couple of big cushions that I've made over the 12 months into the back, grabbed my basket of stitching, and off I went.
She was set.
Yeah, and I wasn't feeling too good either, so I didn't want to be sitting around dance mums and kids getting them sick and all the rest of it. So I sat out in the car park. I had the examiner come past. She goes, "What are you doing in here? You look so comfortable." And off she comes and has a look, and she was pretty impressed. And everybody's like, oh, you've got it all set up. I'm like, why would I sit in a hot shed?
Yeah.
Because it's a shed where they are.
Yes, it is.
Decked out as a dance studio, because it's like a series of, like, an industrial sort of area.
Yeah.
And, so why would I sit in a hot shed feeling sick and poorly and not being able to really talk to anybody because the exams are going on? You've got to be
You've
quiet.
got to be quiet.
And all the rest of it, when I can be sitting out on my phone, stitching away, chatting to anybody and not disturbing anybody. So they knew where I was sitting.
Yep.
So, I took my stitching with me. I still didn't get a lot of stitching done.
You didn't?
But I did make a dent in some. So,
That's good.
yeah. But other than that, I had a bit of fun just sitting there. It was great. The
Yeah,
breeze,
I went and visited.
yeah, the breeze was blowing through. It was nice and cool. We had that storm come through,
Yeah.
so I had to shut all the windows, and I shut the back down. And then where the glass, because the glass lifts up in my car, I lifted that up, stuck my thong there, so it had a gap, so the rain was just pouring off and not coming in. I had it all set. Like, I was covered for all occasions. Had me big esky of food there, like me little soft esky, and had my cold water in it, my ice cubes and all the rest of it, so I was all good. And I sat there. And so if you want to see a picture of that, I'll actually insert that picture of the car in here. It was I had a lot of fun. I did have a lot of fun. So the things that I worked on over the week, my first one that I worked on was on the weekend. I didn't do anything on Friday or Thursday afternoon because I had other stuff to do. So I actually made a new start, and it's a work in progress.
Oh, a new start.
Yeah. So I have the Prairie Schooler chart, where there are bees. I'll get that out in a second. And so basically that's the chart that I've got, and I'm doing the full one, but I started doing this little guy up in the corner. And I'm just using the same colours that I'm using in the chart, which aren't the called for colours. This is a Madeira blue that I'm using. So I started that, and that is on 28 count even weave. So yeah, I had a little bit of...
That looks really nice in the blue. I
yeah,
like that.
So it's got the grey, the grey border, and they wanted... So I changed it up and made it the blue, and then the bee will be the actual colours. But I'm using a different... this is antique gold in this one, and I'm actually using Queen Bee from Classic Colourworks. Yep. Yeah, so that's what I got done. I did that on Saturday.
Looks good.
Yeah, so that's coming along nicely.
That looks really good.
Yeah, and I'm just going to turn it into a little plaque.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I didn't get any more done I just wanted to see how I went with that, and got that done. So that's that one. And as you know, we've been doing we've got a Halloween stitch along that both of us have been very slack with. Yeah, we have. We've been super slack with it. So I thought, oh well, I know that it's not Wednesday, but I'm going to give that a go and do a little bit of catch up. And I've done half the frame earlier on, and then I managed to get 4 of the days done, and then I realised that my chart was one out. So I've just got to, it's only one line, so I've just got to pull that line out and just move it one over. But I knew that was the case, so when I started doing it, I'm like,
So it was in the wrong position, not an extra.
It's not extra, it's just in the wrong position. So I've just got to move that black line there one over to the bat. So that's not too hard to pull out.
That'll be easy.
But other than that, everything's in place. So I got 4 of those done. I'm pretty happy, and that's through Stitch Onomy, and it's her... Was it Drawlaween?
Yes.
Yeah, Drawlaween stitch along. We are way behind because this is started on the 1st of October, and I didn't do anything until last weekend. So yeah, but I'm okay with that. Like, I'm new to stitching, and I'm just happy to do it, and I'm just using
at your own pace.
Yeah, at my own pace, using the called for colours, and so that's in my rotation now to just do a couple on Wednesday nights. I don't really get to do much on Wednesdays if I've got a few hours in the afternoon, because I do help Brendan with his live streams. I got out of it last night. I said to Savannah, you can do it. She's more than capable of sitting there and taking down names for his competition.
Yep.
So that's that one. And then Monday rolled around, so that's what I did on the weekend. So I didn't get a lot of stitching done on the weekend. I just relaxed a bit and just slowly did it. I didn't rush it. I had the kids coming out and talking to me, and then I had mums talking to me as well. So I don't stitch while they're talking to me, because that's like being on your phone. In my eyes, that's just rude. You should be paying attention. And so Monday rolled around, and I was feeling pretty average, to say the least.
And we worked that day too.
Yeah, so I didn't end up starting. I ended up going to bed and sitting in bed and done a little bit of stitching. I didn't do too much. I think I've probably done about 100 stitches, maybe a bit more. I'm not too sure. So Mondays for me is Merry Monday, and I'm working on Christmas traditions, and I decided to change it up a little bit from the chart, but I ended up finishing all of the area that I needed to finish, and I've done my back stitch. My back stitch is a little bit wonky, but I'm sure I'll get the hang of it eventually.
I'm sure you will.
And I'm not going to pull it out. I'm actually going to leave it, because I'm a firm believer in seeing your journey. So seeing where you started and how far you've come.
Yes.
So as much as it is annoying me and I do want to pull it out, I'm going to resist the urge to pull it out, because I want to see where I've come from.
So you can, like you said, you can see
my journey. Yeah.
You see how you progress. And
so I did the hats I finished off the hearts. I done their little tails. I done the little, I don't know what you call them, flurry things down here. I changed the colours. They had them with pink and blue for the it looked weird.
Yeah, it didn't
so
look right.
There's supposed to be like back stitching going over the flurries. I've taken that out because it looked weird, and that was supposed to be pink, and it's not right. And this was supposed to be blue, so I changed that to dark green, and I just left it white. I'm going to put a little bit of glitter in here, but I started going up the border, so I'll be moving on to the next part of that one. So I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out. It's so cute.
It looks so good. I like how you've changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't changed it up much, but
no, and you've simplified it too. So
yeah, but it looks really good.
But I think it'll look really good.
Yeah,
once
and
it's
I'm going to add
finished.
some little bit of glitter into that one
That'll
as well.
set it off.
Yeah,
very nicely.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. So that's that one. And then on Anything Goes Tuesday, a few people have been using the hashtag.
Have they?
Yeah, I've seen Kimberly Ann, she used the Anything Goes Tuesday. She done. I'm so getting that chart. She done a Ouija board.
I think I actually saw
it was
that.
in the group. So
Yes.
so she said that she got it where she got it from. So I'm after this video going and purchasing that because that is just going to go so nicely with my Quaker.
Oh, it will, yeah.
Yeah, so
definitely.
my Halloween Quaker.
Yes.
Quaker Halloween or whatever it's called, I can't remember, by Leela's Studios.
Yes.
So I'm looking to start some more because that's the only Halloween one I've got now because I finished. I finished my other Halloween.
Oh, you did too.
Yeah, so I can add something into the rotation. So, and because Halloween's almost over, I'm now stitching for next year, and I'm just going to do that every Wednesday. And basically, hopefully, I'll have a couple of finishes throughout the year for Halloween.
Awesome.
Ready to display next year. But that Ouija board is on the top of my. It just went from I like that to the top.
I'm getting that one.
Yeah, so I'm getting that one. So yeah, the next one I worked on was The Quilter's Cottage. By Laurie Holt, and I'm doing a different section, and I'm working on Witch Out 14 count Ada because I don't like the vintage cloth at all. I just didn't want to stitch on that, and so I got a fair bit more done on that one. And if you've been following me on social media, you would have seen me post that up. So I got the chimney done, finished off the roof, and then I started doing the center part of the house, and then I've just got to fill that in, but I won't get to look at that until Tuesday again now, if at all.
Yep.
Because we've got a lot going on. So busy. So yeah, so that is moving along quite nicely. I'm happy with that. I did that while talking on the phone to Michelle. And that's why I thought I'd made a mistake. That's why I recounted it. But
yeah,
I haven't made a mistake. It's just wonky. It looks a little bit wonky, and it is the fabric. Just looking at it, then it's just it's just an illusion. It's not actually wonky. It's just
your eyes playing tricks.
Yeah, they do that sometimes, especially when you're really tired. But yeah, so I've done that, and that's all I've really worked on this week.
Yep.
That's
fair enough. You still did a bit.
It's still just a little bit here and there. I didn't really set the timer this week. I just knew that I was going to be down at dancing, so I didn't bother. I knew I was going to be stitching. I did a little bit of reading while I was there as well. So I just sort of just, I don't know,
had a cruisy.
Just had a cruisy weekend sitting in the back of the car.
Yep.
So that they were. And then I just done some on Monday and Tuesday, and that's it. I didn't do any yesterday because I was busy editing and fighting with technology. So some things just have to get pushed aside.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, but I do have a fully finished. I went on the weekend where I was. Just around the corner, like literally in the same building, but on the other side of it, there's a charity shop there.
Yes, there is.
And it's for mental health and all that sort of stuff. And I often go there to find clothes for the girls. It has some really good stuff in there.
Yeah, they do.
And I went in there on the weekend, and the whole purpose of going in there was to find suspenders for the concert. The dance concert for Darvanalee, because we had a little bit of a break between one, so we whipped around there before they closed. Couldn't find that, but I managed to find this frame to put my Halloween visitor in, so it's fully finished.
Looks so good.
Yeah, and it fitted perfect. Like
Yeah.
I only had to trim off, I think it was half an inch each
Oh,
side.
okay.
The top and the bottom were fine, but it fits in really nicely. I love the frame. It's dark and
It goes really well.
it does. It goes really well. I was thinking about adding maybe some hessian flowers up in the corner. I'm still thinking about that, or whether I just leave it, just spruce the frame up a little bit.
Yeah.
On that, but it's found its new home, and that's my fully finished one. I'm pretty happy with it. That's my first time I stitched on 28 count as well.
Yeah, it was.
So,
wasn't it?
and I can see the progression of my stitches, how they've got better down to the bottom, and it's got a little quilt block in it as well, so it suits being here. So it can get sat up the back now and on display. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I didn't really have to do much to it except take a little bit off each side and then just sit it in the frame. And the frame's a little bit like damaged as well, like it's coming apart a little bit, and it just suits the piece so well,
doesn't it?
And while I was there, I happened to move a couple of books, and I come across these little kits. So they're like card making kits with cross stitch. So it's got all the floss in it. It's got the Ada in it, which is 14 count.
Wow.
And then you've got the cutout cards, some felt ones, little bows, and all the rest of it. And there was 2 of them.
That's wow.
Yeah. So
little...
I've got one for Bec.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So well, I don't need 2. No, but yeah,
true.
you might be able to do some little ones out of the magazines that we've got and have them as cards and stuff like that, or use them as frames. But everything's there. It's got. It's called Enjoy Cross Stitch, so I'm thinking that it might have been like a magazine subscription. You know those Get Crafty ones where each month they've got a project and a magazine. You get a folder and you put them in and all that sort of stuff. So I'm thinking it may have come from that, but it's got all the floss in it. It's just a no-name brand of floss.
Yeah.
It's got a couple of felt finishes there for ornaments, and then you've got some card stock, and you've got some ribbons. And you've got some little bows down the bottom. And I got them for, they've got $2.50 on them, but they're actually, I got them for $1 each. So, yeah, so it's a bargain.
Even better bargain.
Yeah, so that was a bargain. The lady loves me in there. Because it's a charity shop, I go in there a lot, and it's for mental health. And some of the people in there actually that work there have mental health issues and stuff like that. And a lot of the time I go in there to find stuff for the kids. Like Mia's pretty much dressed out of an op shop because she's just growing so fast. There's no point. And she goes in the truck and stuff, so there's no point getting all that clean clothing for her to just go and get grease on it. It's just ridiculous.
Yes.
So so I often go in there, but I go in there with cash, and if it's $15 and I've only got a 20, I don't get the change back. So sometimes she goes, "Oh, just can I have it for $1?" It's just that it's going to a good cause.
And
I know in this town that there's not a great deal of mental health support here. No. So I just often go in there, and they get some really cool stuff in there. They got I didn't have enough cash on me on the weekend. They had a couple of long stitch pieces in there that they've got. I think they had $5 on them. Like they do price them pretty good. Yeah. Which is good. At least they're getting some love somewhere.
I find that shop is pretty good with their prices.
They're really good with that sort of stuff. Yeah. And I got my little sampler book from there as well, and I've got a couple of magazines and stuff from there as well. And they often have crafts. They've got a whole craft section now. So I did get, and I've left them in the car. I've got some plaques and whatnot that I can paint up and use for different finishes and stuff as well. So they'll make an appearance over time. But that's all of my finishes and starts and whips and everything all rolled into one. So yeah,
awesome.
Yep. So do you have any haul this week?
No, I don't have any haul this week.
Okay, cool.
No, it's a quiet week for me.
Yeah, I don't have much haul because I've pretty much got everything that I sort of need to get. I've got a couple of frames coming.
Yes.
One's a sit down one, a scroll frame that I want to use for my Haid.
Okay.
Like some of the smaller ones that I've got, or some of the smaller pieces that I've got that are big but small. Yes. Like the Christmas tradition or something. It'd be good just to leave it in the scroll.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
And I can just go to it. And so I've got that coming, and I've got some fabric coming as well, and got some Q snaps. I'm going to give Q snaps a go. I've got part of the stuff here, but I'll show you once everything's come for the order. I'll show you what I got. Okay. I did try a Q-snap the other day for all of 10 minutes.
Oh.
I pulled it out.
Didn't like it?
I'm not a stab stitcher. I'm a...
No. Yeah.
I could do the sewing, but where I've started, if I started in the middle, it probably would have been easier. But because it was the Christmas tradition one, and I'm up in the... let's pull it out. Didn't work. But I ordered this. Oh, this would have been about 4 weeks ago. I ordered this.
Really?
It's only just came a couple of days ago.
Oh.
On Monday it came.
Oh.
Was it Monday? Friday. Monday.
Friday.
Was it? Friday. Okay. Oh, yeah, it was after live stream. That's right.
Yeah.
So, Stitching with My Besties have got a sale going on at the moment on Instagram called Stitching with My Besties Cinnamon Stars, I think it is the hashtag they're using. But anyway, I wanted to get it and I ordered it. And it's taken all this time to get here, so they'll be finished before I start. So I ordered that and it's come in, which is Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street Samplers. So I'm pretty excited to start that one. And then I ordered also the floss and they come separately.
Oh.
Even though I ordered them together. They came separately. So I didn't get the floss. Because when I ordered the on 123 Stitch, you can, click the little button and it includes the thing. But for some reason, they came separately. Okay. So they must have been waiting on some supplies to come in and they must have been pretty close. So I ended up ordering all the floss. And not all the flosses came. There were some that were out of stock when I've got 4 more to get. But I have enough here to start.
Oh, yeah.
So I've definitely got enough here to start. So I'm just using the Caulfield colours. So they're beautiful colours. You can see there.
Oh, nice.
They are just beautiful. And they are some Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Shaker sampler threads. So, so I'm pretty excited about that's come. And then because I made that change with the fabric last week for Jack Frost Tree Farm, I ended up having the fabric here that I'm going to use. So This is the fabric I'm going to use, which is a 28 count even weave Monaco.
Awesome.
So I not only got a haul, I've kitted up and I'm ready to start. So this will actually go into to do on Thursdays, because that's like Throwback Thursday. So anything from the past, anything like sampler related, anything that looks a little bit like vintage Quaker, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
That's the day that I do that. So this will get started this week because I actually don't have anything on my Thursday.
Oh, so now will your schedule be full now?
Yeah, pretty much. It'll be full. Yeah, because I've got I'm doing the How to Be a Mean Mum for Sassy Saturdays because I didn't have anything.
Yes.
So I started that. So yeah, that is all that I have got that's come in this week. So
yeah, it's a quiet week.
It's a quiet week. It is on that, but I've pretty much got enough of charts now to have my rotation going.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
I'm still waiting on my Haid to come. The kit for that takes up to 55 days.
Oh, does it? Okay.
I'm still waiting for the material pack to be put together.
Yep.
So that's still yet to come, but I've pretty much got everything that I want to start. I've got everything starting to be kitted up and all that sort of stuff ready to start for next year. And sew-alongs and stuff that we've got. Like we've got the summer sale happening.
Yes, we do.
Which we have that giveaway. Don't forget about that. So you just need to tell us what your favourite thing underneath the video is about summer. And we've got, I don't have it out, but it's the next one in the Country Cottage Work. So that's the giveaway that we've got. We're very organised today for Flosstube, can you tell? So basically, that's going on. So comment under the video of your favourite thing about summer, and the more you comment, the more entries you get in for each video. So if you commented on the last 2, your entries have been recorded, and if you comment on this one, your entry will get another entry. So you get, every time you comment you get an entry, so you could end up with 4 entries by the end of it on that. So but that's really all that's been happening this week. That I haven't really been watching. I haven't watched any Flosstube this week. My shout outs definitely to Carla Bean Crafty. She is just going off with her dyeing.
Oh, yes.
she's been doing a lot of
Yes.
dyeing. Man, she has been doing a lot of dyeing, and she even done her first tutorial on how to do it as well. So maybe head over there and have a look at what she done in a pickle jar. So
She did.
yeah, and she's got. I watched her Flosstube on Monday morning. Just before you got here, I was watching it and having my morning coffee and sitting down and watching. And she had some beautiful colours come out this time too. She had a really nice fuchsia one. I'm not a huge fan of the coloured
Cloths.
Yeah, I did that dryscape one, which is very subtle. Like it is really subtle when you see it. But I'm definitely into like your tea coffee dye, like tea coffee colour.
The more natural.
The more natural looking ones I'm into a lot. But that's just my personal taste. Like I'm into dark clothing and very neutral palette and stuff like that.
Right.
So that is just my taste, really.
Yeah. And everyone has their own personal taste. So
there's some dyed fabrics that I see, oh, that'd be nice, but then I go, oh, what would I stitch on it?
What would I do?
Yeah. So I'm not saying that I'll never stitch on it.
No.
It's not my first choice. But I've got a few. I like the subtlety of the colours. Like I think it's the vibrancy that does my head in.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's subtle, like that greeny whitish one that we got, the dryscape one that I done the spring on, it is so subtle that it's pretty.
It is, yeah. And it goes really well with that spring pattern.
Yeah, and even this, like I've put some of the colours of the threads from the summer, the winter and the autumn ones, and all those colours are going to work really well with it.
They will.
So that whole series is getting done on the dryscape because Bec thought that what it was I going to do them on all different ones because I didn't get much of the dryscape, and I went no, I'll do them all the same. But yeah, I think it's the vibrancy of it.
Yeah, if it's too vibrant, because then you need to have a pattern, a chart to match that, and if there's lots of colours in that chart, is it going to clash?
Yeah, and that's I think, and that comes down to, are we brave enough to jump out of the box, really? But even still, I don't have vibrant colours for my craft stuff in my house.
No.
There's more, your earth tone. Like I love earth tones, and when you see the hate that I get, you'll understand why I've picked it, because it's, and I noticed today on Facebook I had a memory come up of a profile picture that I had.
Oh yes.
And it was a fairy, and they're all autumn colours.
Oh.
They're all the earth tones, and I've always gravitated towards that. Throughout my life. I don't wear those colours, but I always gravitate to that autumn palette, that subdued palette, and I'm not a subdued person, which is really weird. Like it's just a match. Like when people see the things that I pick, oh, really? Okay. Didn't think you for that sort of person, but okay.
Yeah,
but
that's interesting.
Yeah, and I just think, and also because I'm liking a lot of the samplers and stuff like that too, those real vibrant colours just don't match.
Yes, that's true.
And I haven't really found a piece that has multicolours in it. Like I say, they're pretty. Yeah, and I like the look of them.
Me too. Like
they're pretty. I'm not saying they're ugly or anything like that. They're pretty.
And that you don't like them.
Yeah, it's just not something that I'd stitch on.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So I appreciate what they are, and I appreciate that other people do stitch on them.
But for you to go and stitch on it.
Yeah, it'd have to be something pretty special.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that's sort of where I'm at with the whole fabric thing. But what Carla did this week was absolutely amazing. Like she's just done it in a pickle jar and all the rest of it. And we've got some ideas of using the tea coffee dye scenario, but different types of tea that produce different colours and stuff like that, and just seeing if they're really strong as opposed to the RIT dye and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be looking at. I'm just waiting for some fabric to come so we can have a go at that. And just not doing it on white, but actually doing it on other colours as well, and see what the take is. So, getting that tea coffee dye colour and then actually putting another tea over the top of it and seeing what happens and what it produces and stuff like that. So just the subtlety of it, and if it does anything with it. Just having a play around, essentially, having a bit of an experiment and
see what works.
Yeah, see what works and see what doesn't. And
that's it.
Yeah, so that, but yeah, what Carla did this week was great. Like, it was really good, some of the colours.
Yeah.
Like, the fuchsia pink that she done, well, it looked fuchsia. I don't know whether it is actually fuchsia or not, but it looked fuchsia on the monitor. It was really vibrant, and, like, I could see something... Like, you could do a Halloween on that, but instead of doing it in the black, do it in, like, a purple or something along, like a really deep purple, like a royal purple would look really good.
That would.
As opposed to a black. The black would probably look really good too, but I think just stepping in that, if you're going to go that fuchsia colour for Halloween, chuck that deep purple
in.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But, that's all I've really watched this week. I haven't watched much.
Yeah, because I saw Carla's posts on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't watched anybody else. I haven't watched Two Martini Stitches or anything, which is another one that I normally watch. I've got about 2. Well, by the time I get back from retreat, I'll have 3 to catch up on.
Yeah.
And I'll just binge watch it one Sunday morning because that'll be the following week when I do nothing.
That's our downtime.
Oh, no, then I've got concert.
Oh, yeah, you do too.
Yeah, I don't get downtime until the 24th of December. That's it, I'm done. Because I had a whole heap of quilts come in last week too. I was caught up and no.
Everyone's just...
Yeah, everybody came in. Here you go. the downfalls of social media when you say you're finally caught up. Everybody sees it and comes in, and I'm not complaining about it at all. It's just funny how it works.
Yeah, it is funny how it works.
Because I said I finally caught up, and then Bec came back 3 days later. No, I'm not.
No.
But they're there. They know that they can't be started. Everybody's pretty much got their Christmas quilts in. So now from the retreat onwards, I'll be pretty much just smashing out quilts for Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's a busy time of year. So, and then I close on the 24th, and I pretty much don't start back to work until February.
Yeah, when the
for
kids...
quilting. Yeah, the kids go back to school, and I just relax and do my thing. I still film and all that sort of stuff for YouTube, and I still do that. Just I don't do any quilting. I just if I didn't take that time off, I think I'd burn out throughout. By mid-year, I'd burn out because then we've got the show time, and that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Alrighty. Well, that's about it from us this week.
I think so.
Yeah, we're pretty much done. We've got all our stitchy bits and pieces out of the way, and for those that are new here, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and that way you won't miss out on any of our crafty posts, and that's a lot of different crafts that we do across the board. This is just one of them. So and if you have just joined us, thank you very much for joining us, and if you've come back as a subscriber, we do appreciate you being with us each week, and we love reading all your comments, and we try to get to all of them. I got to all of last week. There's a couple of questions there for you, Bec, that I don't think you've got to yet.
I haven't got to yet.
Yeah,
no.
So you'll have to go and have a look at that.
I will.
And we look forward to seeing you all again next week. So that's it from us this week. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye. For now.